Maintaining a healthy work-life balance doesn't have to get in the way of your goals and ambitions. Let's break that down. So the first thing you need to do if you're feeling overwhelmed with an unhealthy work-life balance is evaluate your situation. Everyone is different. Everyone's trying to accomplish different things with their balance. Whether it be balancing work and family, work and friends, a hobby and family, no matter what it is, everyone's trying to balance something in their life. So take a second and visualize where you want to be, where you're at now, and what different aspects of life you want to prioritize. What I would recommend is maybe getting a piece of paper and prioritizing the top things in your life, whether it be family, religion, friends, work, no matter what you think it should be, just write down a list of the top things you think are in your life. And from there, think about what you do in your daily life. Do you get on your phone a lot? Do you read? Do you just lollygag or get up late? Most of the time you'll find that you do things that don't really matter in the day that you can trade out for something you want to prioritize. For example, maybe if you want to start working out and getting healthier, trade sleeping in that extra hour for getting up earlier and working out. Another example would be maybe you want to spend more time with friends, but you find yourself working through lunch a lot. Maybe don't work through lunch and spend that time with your friends instead. Visualizing where you want to be and where you are now and comparing the two together is a great way to see opportunity where you can make changes within your daily life. And the second tip I have for you is learn to say no. And I know this can be really hard, especially for me. I'm a people pleaser. I hate saying no. But once I learned how to say no to clients or incoming work if I was too busy, it really made a huge difference in my life. And this applies no matter what you're doing for work, whether you're self-employed or work for employer. If you're self-employed, you need to learn to say no to clients if you have too much of a workload and you can't take on anymore. And if you're working for someone and you're finding yourself working late into the night every single night, just go to your boss and say, hey, I have a huge workload and I don't think this is sustainable. If they're a good boss, they'll help you out. But if they don't and they continue to put that workload on you, it may be time to find a different job. And you may be making a lot of money, but it's not sustainable for the other aspects of your life. If you don't learn to say no in general, you're going to be someone who's working constantly and is having a hard time finding time to do anything else. My third tip kind of segues off my last one. If you're having a hard time saying no, it's very important to manage people's expectations right off the bat. Because it's important if you're not someone who can say no easily, that whenever you do get new work, just manage their expectations and let them know, say, hey, I'm really busy right now, this may take an extra week or so. And if you do that, most of the time they're okay with it because you told them up front, and it's much better than telling them at the end when you're like, oh, hey, I'm late. So this is one of those tips that will also free up your time, but it will also keep the workload you have, just spread it out over a long period. So it's really just up to your personal preference on how you want to manage your work. Do you want to spread it out or do you want to turn people down? And this also goes into setting boundaries. Never say you're available 24/7 and just to contact you whenever. If you work for yourself, you're self-employed, or even if you work for an employer, and say, these are my work hours. I work Monday through Friday, 9 to 6, or whatever your schedule is, and then I don't work on the weekends. Because if you say you don't work on the weekends, people will be discouraged from contacting you on the weekends. And it still happens, but then you have an excuse to say no. And so setting these time constraints on yourself will really help time block your life so you can fit other things in there. And it will hopefully keep people from contacting you on the weekend asking for work. However, this will only work if you do not procrastinate, which leads us into our next tip. If you say your work schedule is 9 to 6, Monday through Friday, make sure you're completing all your work within that time frame. Because if you're procrastinating and putting off all your work till the end of the day and you run late, you're going to find yourself backed up on project, backed up on deadlines, and it's going to throw a wrench on all the work you've done to accomplish a healthy work-life balance. All right, now for the fun part. Let's talk about things that aren't work. So, no matter what goal you're trying to accomplish, whether it be spend time with your family, spend time with your friends, or hobbies, you want to make sure you have time for that. But we've already talked about some tips that will help open up our work schedule, so we do have time for those other things, but we need to be intentional about actually doing those things. Because we can get off of work at 6 and just sit on the couch, but then you're still neglecting your friends and family even if you're not working. So a really good idea, no matter what goal you're trying to accomplish, is pre-schedule events. So if you want to hang out with friends, say, make a schedule on Monday for going out Friday. Have it in your calendar and have it so you can look forward to it throughout the week. Same with family, maybe schedule a dinner on one night, but make sure you're doing it in advance. And then hobbies are a bit different. You mainly just time block and say, okay, I'm going to work Tuesday and Thursday on this hobby. And for working out, that's more of a consistency habit. So maybe you're going to say, okay, I'm going to work out Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, whether it be in the morning or afternoon. So essentially just plan ahead and make sure you have those things to look forward to. And then finally, it's important to take care of yourself during this journey. I know this can be a lot of changes to your schedule and it's easy to get burnt out when you're changing a lot of things at once. So if you need to, just slow down, just make sure you're taking care of your body. So eat healthy, work out, meditate, do whatever you need to do to get your mind and body right for the day. And it'll help you feel better and more motivated to actually accomplish your goals. So I hope this video helped. These are some tips that I used personally when I was back freelancing full-time and they made all the difference. So just a quick recap, set boundaries, learn to say no, be efficient with your work and don't procrastinate, Pre-schedule events with your friends, family, or whatever you want to accomplish, and then take care of your body. And so if you like this video, don't forget to subscribe, leave a thumbs up. I post videos once a week, and I would love to have you along for the ride. So thanks for watching. I will see you in the next video.